You're listening to Boy Meets Retrocast, a member of the Blake and Sal Show podcasting network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 14 of Boy Meets Retrocast, the weekly podcast where two guys look back at the show that shaped their lives. I'm Blake, wishing you a Happy New Year. Let me bring on my co-host.
I'm Kyle, I'm Kennedy.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
You're hearing this, it is January 1st, 2015. This is the first show on the feed for the new year, so welcome. Yeah, I'm actually excited. This is our first show on the feed. There you go. Alright, we are talking about, ironically, the first episode of 1994. It is called Once in Love with Amy. This is episode number 12 of the show. Season 1, obviously. January 7th, 1994. Directed by David Trainer. And look, what is this? Written by Ken Kuta. That sounds right. And, Kyle, tell us what this one's about.
While Henry is working on a difficult math problem, he chances upon another conundrum. He accidentally discovers provocative clothing in his mother's bag and assumes that she's having an affair.
Yes, and this is a fun one. I did not see this episode in a while. And I actually didn't have as much trouble keeping up with the jokes this time, which was awesome. I actually forgot about this episode, so it should be fun to go through again, actually. So let's start from the beginning here. Eric's on the phone with Kristen, apparently. We don't know who Kristen is. We don't ever see Kristen, and we never hear from her again. So thank you.
Much like 90% of Eric's girlfriends.
Yes, but I love the fact that he's talking to her and she hanging up on him. Which I thought was pretty funny. I did write down what's the problem with that Cory asked him. What's the problem with commitments? And Eric's response is, "You're so 11." That made me chuckle.
You'll understand that in about 7 years.
I just wrote this down because it made me laugh. That Judy, the queen of zits, can no longer babysit for them. Did I? What?
Judy sounds like a rejected garbage pail kid.
So apparently, we never do this. That Amy apparently has been in a bowling league. This has nothing to do with the storyline, but apparently she's in a bowling league. That was random.
She doesn't look at all like a bowler.
Oh, apparently she has bowling outfits. So there you go.
Yeah.
Alan was with managers meetings on Wednesday nights, so they need a sitter. This is all in the beginning. So there you go. Alan, though, and this is a moment, I understand as a husband, you just want a hug. That's all you want in the morning, is a hug or a kiss or something.
Or some sign of love.
And it was just, kids are getting in the way, everything's getting in the way, and he just can't seem, and he got her a rose from Peeny's garden, which made me laugh.
And in the words of Wayne Campbell, denied.
Yes, very nice.
And honestly, you should put that clip in there.
I should try to find it, actually. Good quote. So, I just find it funny. Eric takes the rose from Alan, because Alan's not going to use it, obviously, now, and we'll give it to Kristen, because that's exactly what Cory said he was going to do. Yeah. And then Cory's response is, "You're still 15.
Well, actually, his response is, "Are you kidding me? She's going to expect me to come crawling back on my hands and knees giving her stuff. And that's what you're going to do, right?" Yep.
You're still 15. Now, the one thing on this whole thing, everyone forgot about Morgan.
Yeah.
Randomly forgot about me. You mentioned Morgan.
Well,
you mentioned Morgan.
Well, aside from the few utterances that her oatmeal was getting cold.
And apparently her oatmeal was so cold that it turned into an ice cream scoop.
As in, she pulls it out and you hear this disgusting little sound.
What was that?
As it separates from the bowl.
That was awful. That was terrible.
That was actually even more of an epic fail than my dad with the Malto meal. He actually made it explode in the microwave.
That's funny. That's really funny. So, hit theme song credits, which you still love his dancing in the theme song to this day. Go to school. And this is where things get fun. Okay. I'm going to say this. It is I tried to write this down exactly how it was. Al washes the car in 6 minutes. Fred washes the same car in 8 minutes. How long does it take to wash the car together? Yeah. And obviously, I'm with Cory. Yeah. The answer's 7. I don't care what anyone says. The answer is 7. But anyway, 7 is not the right answer.
Well, at least according to Feeney logic.
Yeah, according to Feeney, 7 is not the right answer. And Cory gave a valid explanation. I give him credit.
Which is more than I think Minkus ever gave here.
Yeah, well, Minkus had a calculator in front of him, and he's doing the math, and it made sense what he was saying. I give him credit. It did make sense. Yeah. But he came up with 4.5.
And we're still trying to figure out how you can arrive at 4.5.
He explained it. It's Minkus talk. I just don't try to translate Minkus talk most of the time.
I get a headache trying to follow Minkus talk.
But
my brain hurts.
But Kyle,
yeah,
what was he right?
Mr. Minkus, you're wrong.
Wrong? As in, not right?
You know the law of averages better than I do. It was bound to catch up with you. Where are you going?
Nurse.
Yes!
Minkus was wrong! So, Minkus is wrong.
Minkus
wrong.
Wrong.
You can tell Kyle really enjoyed this moment watching the show.
I channeled Dr. Cox there.
Wrong. You're wrong.
He really enjoyed this. And he was so distraught. He actually got up and left the room with the nurse. I immediately already laughed.
It stunned Cory and
Shawn. Shawn was shocked.
Feeney was wrong. I've been waiting to hear those.
No. Minkus was wrong.
Minkus was wrong. I've been waiting to hear those words for a long time.
His preschool. So anyway, we go back to this weird math problem. Topanga. God, I love Topanga. It's so random in season 1. It really is. And I tried to write this as good. She was channeling the ancient mathematician who first solved this problem.
You mean the ancient Egyptian mathematician who solved the first problem about a car?
and you were laughing because she's staring up at the sky talking to the heavens, and Shawn and
Cory just look up to see what the hell she's looking at.
That was funny.
Wow, there's a lot of pencils up there.
And Topanga got the answer right. We don't know what the answer was, but apparently she got the answer right.
And then Cory goes to touch her on the shoulder and... Nice demon. Complete with him patting her on the head like a dog.
That was very funny. But his logic was she's cheating. She's copying off dead people. That was great logic.
Is it really just as much cheating as, stuffing the ballot boxes with votes from dead people?
Point taken. So, okay, we go back. We get through all this. We go back to the house, and Shawn still can't get over Minkus being wrong. He's going on and on about Minkus being wrong. While Cory is sitting there with action figures and a doll, and a Barbie car,
and a Barbie Malibu convertible,
and sitting there trying to figure this math out. It's hysterical.
Shawn is like me at this point.
Well, I did write this line down because it made me laugh. Minkus is really bright and really weird. Topanga is really weird and really weird. So then they're having this conversation, there's a knock at the door, and Minkus has officially snapped.
He looks like he's just an axe away from being Jack Torrance.
He had his jacket disheveled. Was he wearing a tie? What was that?
I don't know.
Random little outfit.
He looks like he just escaped from the Lost Weekend.
So, and he goes off on this tangent. No, I'm not a genius. I'm a brilliant, pathetic moron. Shawn, nothing wrong with that. This made me laugh.
Brainless, pathetic moron. Yeah.
No, Minkus is like, what have I become? And Shawn's like, a brainless, pathetic moron. We covered that.
I was gonna say, I'm just thinking, wow, Minkus.
Shawn had way too much fun with this. He really did have way too much fun.
Wow, Minkus, man, recommend professional help.
It was great. And then he leaves.
Okay, and you don't know it's scary. If Minkus acts like this, imagine how his parents are.
I'm watching this. I'm hoping Farkle has a reaction like this on Gourmet Troll just once.
Yeah.
Just one time. Just once. Please. Gourmet Troll writers, just write that in, please.
Is he just as obnoxious as Minkus?
Not as much, because he's actually a really good friend.
Oh.
His son's a really good friend, like a really major character.
Yeah, so unlike his father.
Yeah, he's a really good friend, Farkle. Like, really good, and I think he's got a crush on Riley. That has something to do with it. But
so we're putting our Minkus and Topanga in the same character.
It's very interesting. It's fun. Anyway, so Shawn is over. Shawn's at the house for this night out because the parents are going out. Because Shawn's over because his mom broke out the Fun with Liver cookbook. What?
But I'm sorry, I have to go iron my dog.
But yeah, this.
Oh no, it's a trope name on TV tropes where where someone comes with a very pathetic excuse. Excuse, like
go to the library when it closes at 9.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to all that in a minute.
Or my personal favorite from Night Court, the court clerk has to get out of something. Man, I gotta go check on that roast.
So that's where you get that from. So anyway, Shawn, because Cory asked, wait, did she have a bowling league tonight?
Yeah.
And Shawn's like, no, the bowling league's been closed for ended 6 weeks ago.
Okay, and there's a clip you might want to put in for each of these.
Go ahead.
Rainbow Dash going da da da.
So
I'll send you both.
Well, at a time. Move on here. In the bowling bag, though, we took the bowling bag because Amy came down with the bowling bag and put it on the counter.
Well, their first clue is that it was light as a feather.
Well, Amy went upstairs. Amy left the room. She went to check on Morgan before she left. It's a light bag, and he opens the bag. And there's 2 red heels, which Shawn's funny. Look for the size of the back right below the heel. That made me chuckle, admittedly.
And
a nice, very, very nice black dress.
Da da da!
Da da da!
So, I know it's a comedy, but now it's hysterical watching the 3 of them trying to close the bowling bag. That was hysterical.
You figure closing a bowling bag would be one of the easiest things ever.
And I know this is a comedy, and I know there's visual gags, but give me a break.
The fact that 3 people had trouble closing one freaking bowling bag.
It's one zipper! It's one zipper!
Because I understand you have to stuff everything in there, but come on!
It's 3 items in one zipper. I don't see the issue here. So anyway, Amy leaves.
Yeah.
And Amy leaves, and Eric almost jumps right to conclusions.
Yeah.
And Shawn questions if there's trouble in paradise.
Yeah.
And Cory and Eric go back and forth trying to figure all this out.
Yeah.
And Shawn apparently ain't find out watching NYPD Blue, which is really random, in my little opinion.
Well, considering the fact that I watched a lot in elementary school and that.
I never watched it, so
It was a family show. Then again,
that makes sense in this house. Then
again, our Saturday night show was Walker, Texas Ranger.
I'm just saying, NYPD Blue, a family show in this house, that makes perfect sense to me, actually. Yeah. But I did laugh at Tail Her and Talk Dirty. That does sound like any NYPD Blue episode. It really does.
That sounds like any time Dennis France opens his mouth.
But so Cory's like, I haven't heard this, guys. We're gonna be young, we're gonna be kids. And Shawn, great line. By day, 230 kids. By night, 230 kids on a bus talking dirty.
Together, they fight crime with a bus. So
they go off talking dirty. So, pretty much Cory leaves Shawn in charge. Yeah. Which, if it wasn't Shawn, knowing Shawn as we know Shawn, I'd be worried about this, but because it is Shawn and he pretty much lives there anyway, I wasn't worried. Yeah. He orders the pizza, and the next scene we see...
playing cards with Morgan.
Teaching her how to play cards.
Teaching her how to play 5-card stud.
And I love three daddies and 2 mommies. Yeah. That's a full house.
Full house? I love the Olsen twins.
Fucking Full House joke.
Plug!
I know, ABC shows. So it's here.
And she's the only one who still does. Come on, you got it. That was good.
Wow, I did not expect that one. Alan gets home, and this is where things get turned on its head. Shawn did a hilarious moment. He goes to the library. It's 10:15. It was in the library. When the one closes at 9?
Yeah.
No, the other one. The other one.